On today's session of Family Court with Judge Penny, this new bride is not happy with her wedding pictures,
Look up under here, my slip is showing. You don't even see our face.
and she stuck her beauty queen sister with the bill.
And she said after they got their tax refund that she would pay me back. And next time that I saw her and her husband, he was wearing the tax refund on his finger.
Tell me what happened with the pictures.
I can't find one to blow up like this. I cannot find one that I can put on our fireplace. You don't even see our face.
This is one picture. This is one picture out of more than 1,000. This agreement was, if you pay for these, I will pay you back. And if you guys don't get this together, you're gonna have problems through your marriage.
All we have is our word. Families in crisis, I know exactly what they're facing. I have been there. From a life of hardship, I was able to build a lifetime of experience. Now, after years of serving on the bench, I use the law to fight for families. It's not only about verdicts, it's about solutions. It's about the compassion and the mercy that justice requires. I'm Judge Penny Brown Reynolds, and in my court, family comes first.
Roslyn is suing her sister for $1,033 she says she loaned Brandy to pay for her wedding photos. Brandy says the photographer did a horrible job, and she should not have to pay for the wedding pictures she can't stand to look at.
You may be seated.
Your Honor, all parties are sworn in.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you, Damon. Rosalind,
Yes, Judge.
how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
All right, you're suing your sister today?
I'm suing my sister for $1,033 in reference to her wedding photos that I agreed to pay for, and we had a verbal agreement that she would repay me, and the pictures, the repayment was not contingent upon whether she liked or approved the pictures or not. The pictures came out great. The pictures have been posted all on the website. She received more than 1,000 pictures, Your Honor.
What were the circumstances that you all entered into this agreement?
Well, I'm Brandy's older sister, 14 years older than she is.
Okay.
I have been taking care of Brandy since my mom passed away in 1991, and I have stepped in to try to do my best to take care of Brandy, and to the point where I think it has enabled her. She's been spoiled, and she's used to me always stepping in and doing everything. The buck stops here. It stops now. Okay,
so with
it's
her
not my
getting married, she
responsibility.
came to you?
She asked me to pay for the pictures, and I agreed to. And she said after they got their tax refund, that
Okay.
she would pay me back, and that was the agreement.
All right, so when the tax refund came?
When the
what
tax
happened?
refund came, then she told me that she didn't like the pictures. She had received the pictures.
I told you
She said-
before then.
You told me that you did not like the pictures.
But I had told
and the
you
next
before.
time,
Hold
the
on.
next time that I saw her and her husband, I think he was wearing the tax refund on his finger.
Okay. All right, do you have receipts?
Yes,
that
I
you'd
do,
like to
Judge.
show the court? Let me take
Yes,
a
I
look
do.
at it. And you brought the pictures too?
Yes, I did. She complained that some of the pictures were blurry or whatever, but these are absolutely beautiful.
Okay. And this is Mark? Yes, ma'am. Okay. Well, you got quite a catch here. You have a beautiful wife.
Thank you.
They did, kind of a hip hop blast from the past, kind of hoochie mama wedding
Well,
dance.
I wouldn't even say that. See, she quick to do that to me, Yana. She quick to call me ghetto all the time.
All
you know,
right.
and I'm
But
not
you
ghetto.
call yourself that.
Okay.
That's your self-entitled.
All
Well,
right.
I mean,
title for
Well,
yourself.
Rosalind,
Who
we let
cares
you
about-
talk. Now we're going to let Brandy have her opportunity.
Okay.
And then we'll get to the ghetto part. Go ahead.
First of all, Your Honor, I would like to say, I'm going to start with a quote by saying, Mama may have, Papa may have, but God bless the child that has its own. And I have definitely stepped up to the plate and been taking care of my business. Yes, sure enough, my sister has taken care of me, but I have done a good job once I've gotten out of college and stepped up the plate. I haven't asked her to do anything until these pictures.
Okay, so tell me what happened with the pictures.
I had wanted this big-time photographer, and I wanted to capture a story. I wanted my wedding to be, like she said, I would say, boo ghetto, like I wanted something classy and elegant.
Wait,
but
hold
also
on,
show,
baby. What's boo ghetto?
Boo ghetto means bougie, but yet who I am, not taking away who I am.
All right.
And so the photographer at that time, I just couldn't afford him. I mean, it's like he's a $5,000 photographer to fly
exactly.
in. And so I asked Rosalind, and she said, oh, I think Connie could do an excellent job for you.
This particular photographer is a longtime family friend of ours. She's taken pictures of our whole family for years and years. She even took Brandy's Christmas photos. I guess you forgot about that.
So
Brandy's
you
family,
knew
and I paid for those.
how the photographer's pictures
Exactly.
look.
I do know how they look, but again, my wedding pictures were not up to par. And I think that the lady, you know, she's getting a little older. Her equipment was a little bit outdated. And I had put together, Your Honor,
They weren't too
what I
outdated
did
from
was
Christmas.
a wedding list of what I want. Can I present
Okay,
that to
Damon's
you?
gonna come get it. Mhm.
Okay.
We don't want you walking in them shoes you trying to
Thank
take off. Come on.
Okay, and in my list, I'm very detail oriented. I wanted
Okay.
my wedding to be really perfect. And I was very detailed of what I was asking for. I completed that list.
Okay.
And she
and she met
asked
with
me
the photographer on the list, and the photographer even got a second photographer, didn't even charge her anything extra, but brought along an assistant to ensure that Brandy would get all of her pictures, which is why she has 2 albums full
All right,
of
let me
photos.
see one of the albums, Damon. Okay. So you had an agreement with your sister, right? That she would loan you the money
Yeah.
until you got your income tax. Is that correct?
Yeah, that stimulus, that second payment that
Oh, yeah,
Bush
the government
decided to give us.
stimulus.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. So did the stimulus come?
Mm-hmm. It came.
Okay.
And it stimulated, you know, the rims on a car, and it stimulated a few other things.
That's true?
Yes, we
Okay.
purchased some things. But however,
Well, what
I
about
know my
paying-
right is that I don't like them. And let's break it down.
Okay,
Let's-
break it
I'll
down
break
for
it
me.
down for you.
All right.
You go to a restaurant,
Right.
you order your steak,
Yes.
medium well, with a lobster,
Okay.
Cajun season, however you like it. You know, you get whatever you want on it.
Break it
And
down,
then
girl.
they don't bring it back to your likings.
Right?
You say to your waiter, look, I don't want this. Either they will accommodate you and bring you something back out, or they won't accommodate you and you say, don't worry about it. Normally, I tell them at the restaurant, don't worry about it because I don't want you to bring me anything back out.
Because you normally will have eaten. It won't turn nothing down, but go ahead.
Okay.
Well, she's not lying, so that's I can't respond.
Yeah.
'Cause I like to eat.
When family court with Judge Penny returns, Brandy shows off her legal knowledge for Judge Penny.
That's Exhibit A. That's a court-appropriate terms, right?
Absolutely.
And later, Rosalind's harsh advice for her sister.
This is part of the problem. And if you guys don't get this together, you're going to have problems through your marriage.
Rosalind.
Her daughter
No,
over to my house.
Rosalind, wait
She
a
said,
minute.
"Could you please relax my
Rosalind,
child's hair?"
excuse me.
Yes, ma'am.
Family court is back in session. Rosalind is suing her younger sister, Brandy, for the money she loaned her to get a wedding photographer. Brandy thinks the wedding photos were disastrous, so she shouldn't have to pay for them.
This agreement was, if you pay for these, I will pay you back.
But see,
It wasn't
Your
it
Honor,
wasn't
come on,
about
baby.
whether,
Let-
oh,
can
if
my
the
baby
pictures
show
are too
you
light, if the
Exhibit
pictures
A?
are too dark.
Yeah, come on.
baby,
Is he
let's go
Exhibit A?
Exhibit A.
Okay.
Exhibit A.
First of all, let's take a look at this picture.
Okay.
She could have came back and retouched this up.
Okay.
Look up under here, my slip is showing.
Okay.
You know, then it's orange.
Okay.
So I didn't like that.
All
okay?
right.
That's Exhibit A.
All right.
That's a court-appropriate terms, right?
Absolutely.
Now, you may want to close your eyes on this one here, sir.
This is Exhibit B. Now, this is what you call a hot, greasy ghetto mix. You don't even see our face.
This is one picture. This one picture out of more than 1,000. She took many, many
She
photographs.
took 1,000 pictures. They're beautiful to me, though. I'm
this
looking
is-
at the book.
It's
Well, Your
more than
Honor,
enough. Okay,
I
if you
can't
didn't like
find
them,
one to blow up like this. I cannot find one that I can put on our fireplace.
Mark, did you want to say something, or you just came to hold up the exhibit?
Well, the pictures, they weren't satisfactory to us. We couldn't even send them out to our friends.
What?
You know,
No.
that didn't attend the wedding because they were just so,
You
the
did. You
content.
Okay.
And
Hold
Rosalind,
on, Rosalind, just a minute.
I say Rosalind, no, she's our older sister, but she's always.
This is part of the problem. This is part of the problem. And if you guys don't get this together, you're gonna have problems through your marriage. She does not tell Mark the whole situation. Like, she didn't tell him the agreement on the weddings. She didn't tell him during the wedding that she was spending more than they had.
Wait,
When she
Rosalind,
brought her daughter over to my house,
Rosalind, wait
she
a
said,
minute.
could you please relax my
Rosalind,
child's hair?
excuse me.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I know that you all have been through a lot. Your mother's gone, and there's the two of you, right?
Yes.
And you all have loved each other. I can tell you even still love each other, but you have a little sibling rivalry, right? What has been the relationship when you all were growing up?
It was a difficult time growing up for me. A lot of times, Brandy didn't understand what was going on in our household. So I really had started taking care of Brandy long before my mother actually passed away. And there was a lot of things that she didn't really see.
Okay.
And I think I've always kind of taken the back seat as far as the limelight or anything like that. I just never really felt like, the one to be out there in the public. Growing up, I didn't feel great about my skin tone, my hair texture,
What
anything
you mean
like
your skin
that.
tone, baby?
And
You're a beautiful girl. What you talking about?
well, you know what, at 46, I'm so happy with who I am now. And part of it has been because I had involvement in this particular pageant. But, growing up, my mom was, started putting skin lightening cream on me when I was about 5 years old. And I was
Wait a minute,
never,
hold on. Skin lightening cream?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
When family court returns, is the real issue between these squabbling sisters weight?
She not gonna tell you this. She bought me for Christmas some diet pills.
And later, a secret past is exposed.
I think the mystery is people don't know all that you've been through.
Family court is back in session in the case of Rosalind, who is suing her younger sister, Brandy. Rosalind has just revealed that as a child, her mother would apply skin lightening cream to her face.
Skin lightening cream? Why?
Well,
Was she fair?
Yes, about your complexion, much lighter than Brandy.
Okay.
And my grandparents, I went to live with my grandparents when I was about 4 weeks old, and all more of a mulatto type. I just kind of thought that I was, kind of on the outside, and I was told to don't play out in the sun and, come in and all those kind of
That's
things.
a lot.
So,
As odd as it may sound, in the African American community, that's quite common. It's always the lighter one is the prettier one,
Right.
and all of that. And then you end up with self-esteem issues.
Right,
And then you
exactly,
end up with rivalries between the sisters. So I take it Brandy was the one who was the pretty one.
Brandy was the one, the pretty
Not
one,
anymore.
with the long hair.
don't say that. Why you
and,
saying that?
No, with the long hair and.
Well, child, you know you eat too much, stop eating.
I can't help it. I done tried all type of diets. Matter of fact, for Christmas, she not gonna tell you this. She bought me for Christmas some diet pills, a Lubis gift card, a workout outfit, and told me, and a personal trainer. That was my Christmas
Well,
gift.
you didn't like that.
And she was trying to get ready for her wedding. I thought that was something nice to do.
The mystery is people don't know all that you've been through,
They
because
don't.
your mother
People
was dealing with a situation where she was captured by drugs. That's the better way to put it, correct?
Eventually, yeah.
Eventually. And that just succumbed the whole situation.
It
And then
did.
you
It
have
was
two pretty
difficult.
little girls who eventually, the older of the two, are having to help raise you, my dear. I think you ought to give yourself some credit, because that's a lot to overcome. What you're here for now is greater than that, because I know all about it. First of all, I know all about the light skin, dark skin stuff. That's a foolishness that we need to stop, because that has no place in our community or any community. Exactly. But it's not just in the African American community. We don't need that. Beauty comes in all shades, and we know that. But it has ramifications. And then you need to stop being so self-deprecating. You are just beautiful just the way you are. Now, if you want to lose some weight, then you go on and do so. But when she gave you the gift of the personal trainer, I don't want you to have to resent her for it, because she was just in her way trying to help you. But you do come across as a little bourgeoisie, my dear. And apparently your sister likes being a little more down to earth. Why not I put it that way? You
What's
think that's a
wrong
good
with-
way to characterize it?
Yes, I just don't see what's wrong with me being black and loving what I like, chicken. So what? I like watermelon. I like weave hair. I like videos. I like BET.
That's okay.
I mean, just why?
We want you
what
to
is the
like all of
problem?
that.
And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that.
Still to come on Family Court with Judge Penny.
I would have done anything I could to make her wedding her dream.
And later,
Mark, let me share some words of wisdom to you. Don't get between these two sisters. Blood is thicker than water. Now she about to turn on you for her sister.
Family Court is back in session. Brandy is being sued by her older sister Rosalind for the money she borrowed to pay for a wedding photographer. Judge Penny is about to get to the heart of the issue between these feuding sisters.
Do you think that a part of the problem with your relationship is that you all are two different people?
We are totally different in a lot of ways, but then when it boils down to it, I think, the bottom line, we do ultimately love each other.
I know that, sweetheart.
I would have done anything I could to make her wedding her dream. I would have.
Let me tell you though, Brandy, I've looked at some of the pictures. I haven't seen them all, but you had quite a wedding. You made a beautiful bride. But all we have is our word. And she was relying on your word. And the reason why I think it was important that you all come to court is because you have too much going for both of you. You are very unique, and you don't need to change anything. And if you want to lose weight, do it for your health. But otherwise, I know you have a man that loves you just the way that you are. Absolutely.
Yes. Well, y'all, I just want to add one thing. I know she's called her fat before, and I had to hear it for a whole week. She was literally cried.
Have you done that,
because I was
Rosalind?
called her fat.
Not
Maybe
that
in
I
the
can
heat of
remember.
anger.
Not that.
Yeah,
No. I honestly make it a point not to do that. If I did, it was not on purpose. I've never ever personally tried to hurt. I've always just been there to try to be supportive. I want to see her
Maybe
being
he
healthy. So maybe he saw it.
Because I made her say something like, Rosalind,
sister-
she didn't told me I need to get in that gym, or she always, it's some new pill out or something. Why don't you try that with me?
Mark, let me share some words of wisdom to you. Don't get between these two sisters. Blood is thicker than water. Now she about to turn on you for her sister. So you just better let that go. We don't want anything that's gonna come between this incredible sister relationship. And so I believe that there was indeed a contract, and it was not a contract with a contingency, meaning if the pictures don't come out, then I don't have to pay. I think when those...
But so my scenario is not a good scenario to say? I mean...
It was a good scenario. You mean with the steak and the lobster? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's good in a restaurant, but not with a contract. But no, you presented your evidence well, but a lot of people don't understand what a contract is. And a contract is an offer, an acceptance, and what is called consideration. The consideration is called the money. She kept her in, and now you have to keep your end. So I'm finding in favor of the plaintiff for the total amount of $1,033. I wish you all the best, and it was quite enjoyable meeting you. You are quite a colorful young lady.
You are beautiful, Judge.
And you are beautiful.
You got it going on.
I'll take that too then, honey. All right.
Thank you.
Court stands adjourned.
All right.
Still to come, find out what happened to these two sisters after they left the courtroom.
The judge made a great decision, and I believe that eventually my sister will understand and agree with it as well.
I don't think the judge was trying to hear me with my, going to the restaurant thing, but she really made me see some light. It's bigger than that. We're family, and we need to work things out, and just, I need to pay her money.
Thank you for tuning in today for the Sister to Sister session. Please comment and let us know what you think. Should the bride still pay for botched up pictures? Was that fair? Subscribe and comment your thoughts.